Greetings and hello. I'm Chris Parker. I'm the corporate chef for Mercer Culinary. I'm very pleased to be here with Nasco Education to talk about the various types of knives and tools that we use in a professional kitchen. For this segment, we're going to talk about the various types of kitchen knives that you would find. These are the workhorses of most of our professional kitchens and items that you'll be using on a regular basis. Mercer is very pleased to work with Nasco and have these items available for you, used in your classroom and professional kitchens. So to get started, we'll talk about the most important knife in the kitchen. This is the chef's knife. This is the workhorse of the kitchen. We'll be using this for most of our tasks in the kitchen. All of our basics, cutting, slicing, chopping, is generally done with the chef's knife. There are different levels of quality of this item, and so I'm holding our Genesis line here. This is a forged knife, so it's one piece of steel made from entirely one piece of metal, and it has what's known as a full tang. So the tang is the portion of steel that runs into the handle itself. So just a quick reminder of the various parts of this knife. The handle itself is of course where we grasp the blade. The bolster is this portion of steel here where the steel and handle come together. This is where we'll be resting our fingers when we use the knife. The spine of the blade is the portion running across the top, the tip of the blade, and then the blade itself. So these are the main parts of the knife when we use them. So when we're cutting, slicing, we rest our fingers there and we begin our cutting, rocking, slicing motion. Next up is our Millennia line of cutlery, also a chef's knife here. It's a little bit different, primarily in the handle itself. This is a two-piece plastic and what's called santoprene, which is a rubberized material. Grasps the same way. It's a little bit thinner and lighter material, and this is what is known as a stamp knife. Perfect for use in all classrooms, just a little bit more economical way of producing knives. So those are the main two knives that we use in the kitchen, the chef's knife. They're available in different lengths, handle styles, etc. But this general shape will allow you to complete most of the tasks that we use in our professional kitchen. Now there are, of course, some other modern takes on this type of knife. So one of the other more popular styles out there is a santoku blade. And so this is done, a lot of the same tasks that we would use a chef's knives for. Cutting, slicing, chopping are all done with this. Santoku is sort of a shorthand version. It basically is three virtues. So in Japanese cuisine, chopping, slicing, mincing, you can use this style blade for that as well. We feel a lot of interest in this type of knife. It's a little bit shorter. It's a little bit easier to wield, especially for those who are newer into culinary. And so the santoku is a very popular option as well. But again, we would use it for the same tasks of cutting, slicing, chopping, and mincing. So those are, again, the main workhorses of the kitchen. Most of our tasks rely around a chef's knife. But there are, of course, many other tasks that we need to use our knives for. And so moving on from there, we have some of our various bread knife options that we produce. Bread knives come in a wide variety of shapes, styles as well. And so the bread knife is designed primarily to slice and cut through bread, pastry, crusty items in the kitchen. So this is our 10-inch wide bread knife. This is very popular for us. The other type of bread knife that you will encounter in the kitchen is what is known as an offset bread knife. This is ideal when you're slicing through sandwiches and doing a variety of different breads in sandwich production. So it's very easy here because the blade is curved down like that to be able to slice through lots of sandwiches, usually just with one slice straight through it. So bread knives are also a very important part of kitchen repertoire. Moving on from there, we have a boning knife. This is primarily used for breaking down various types of proteins, whether it be raw chicken, raw fish, beef, etc. These are the types of knives that have a shorter, stubbier blade for getting around joints, cutting through muscle and tissue, and being able to easily work your way around those items. There are, of course, a wide variety of different shapes, styles here, but most commonly seen in kitchens is a 6-inch boning knife, which is what I'm holding here. Next up is a paring knife. This is a short blade. This is also an all-purpose, multi-purpose knife used for a variety of things. Mincing, doing fine brunoise cuts for fruits. You can do peeling, coring, those types of items can all be done with a paring knife, something where you just need a little bit shorter blade for that. And then there are a wide variety of specialty knives. This is a 6-inch utility knife, which kind of fits in between both a paring and a chef's knife. Again, if you've got some specialized tasks you need a shorter blade for. And this one features a wavy edge or serrated edge. So again, if you're cutting off the tips of items or you need something to that effect, we have great knives for that. And then I want to get into some really interesting specialty knives. And so for a lot of us, we really enjoy eating sushi and cutting fish. So Mercer does produce a variety of sushi knives, sashimi knives. And so this one's I'm really proud of, very, very cool knife here. So when we're cutting raw fish, we want to make sure that we are cutting it as cleanly and straight as possible. So one of the features of these sashimi knives that we offer is that it has a single-sided bevel on the blade. So it's only sharp on one side of the knife. It has a santoku handle, which is very nice. And the idea is that you do clean, straight slices through your fish when you're doing those types of applications for sushi. And then I have a heavier duty butcher knife. And so this is a large European butcher knife. This is primarily for portioning large cuts of meat. It's got a nice long edge to it. It is very, very sharp and has a curve there. So when you're portioning cuts, slicing through various steaks, etc., this is a great style butcher knife. So there are many, many types of knives out there, but this is a good overview of the various types of knives that we would run into in a professional kitchen. Thank you.